Welcome to part 3 of this tarot reading on the Death card. In the first stage, we had to find the Death card, and it was in the Princess of Discs pile or the Worries pile. And in the second stage, we actually looked at card counting. Now for this stage, we're going to do card pairing. It's going to be, we start with the Princess of Discs, with the Seven of Discs, and we move to the center. And we'll find either there's going to be a paired card if it's an even number or a single card if it's odd. We start the pairing with the Seven of Discs and the Princess of Discs. We've already discussed the Princess of Discs. She's the woman on the brink of transformation, a very powerful card. But the Seven of Discs, of course, is failure. A financial failure, disaster, lots of hard work for no reward, which is what we're seeing at the moment with the probable global recession that's about to come. Fortune continues the theme of transformation initiated by the Princess of Discs, and it is paired with the Prince of Discs. So we're still in a practical earthy phase in many respects. The Prince of Discs is a hard-working, solid, reliable person, and it kind of brings steady progress to things. We're not going to expect major changes immediately. The Three of Swords and the Six of Cups represent the first real polarity or duality within the card pairing. The Three of Swords, of course, is a card of sickness, sorrow and illness, while the Six of Cups is pleasure and enjoyment. For the vast majority of people in lockdown, they don't have to do very much. They just have to sit tight and wait until things change. But for some people, of course, in the nursing profession and medical, it's a very tough time. Now we come to the Seven of Cups and the Eight of Discs. The Seven of Cups naturally follows on from the Six of Cups, but notice how it is flipped sides. The Seven of Cups represents confusion, distorted perceptions, sometimes drunk or drinks problems, drugs problems in particular. While the Ace of Discs, of course, is a practical, sensible, hard-working, improving picture. At the moment we have confusion. What drugs work? When will they work? When will people get them? We just don't know. The Hermit and the Lovers are the next two cards to be paired. Both are ruled by Mercury, or the Magus card, which makes an incredible, powerful sense of duality that's at work here. The Hermit card follows on from the Eight of Discs and is Virgo, while the Lovers is Gemini. It'll be interesting to see exactly what pans out with these two cards, but that is the point where things transform dramatically. The Six of Swords and the Queen of Discs. Once again we have this transformation or transposition of the two elements. In the previous two cards we had the Lovers and the Hermit, and now we have it in the other way around with the Queen of Discs and the Six of Swords. Air and earth are polarities. So the Queen of Discs is a practical, hard-working woman who's very much in a Virgo character, and the Six of Swords represents clarity, movements over water, and there's directed change. So this suggests that from the Seven of Cups we had that confusion over feelings. Now we have a clear picture of where to go and exactly what to do. Now we come to the final pairing of the Death card with the Ace of Swords. The Death card, of course, has been the topic of these 3 videos in this tarot reading. The Ace of Swords represents invoked force. Now, death is about death, transformation and change. So this is probably the point where we overcome the situation. It means we're getting over the death situation, but not necessarily getting things back to normal in terms of life. But we'll have to see on this one. So we come to the final card in this pairing, the Magician or the Magus on its own. The thing about the Magus or the Magician is it's Mercury, and the symbol of Mercury is very similar to the Caduceus, the symbol of medicine and healing. So that's the result. We come out of this situation. The element that has been missing all the way through this sequence of cards, there are no fire cards. Fire cards represent action, making changes, doing things. So we've had a kind of situation with all of these cards where it's been a gradual progression, a change and a movement through things. There's been no initiation of change or action. It just kind of happens. Out of this situation, in the final pile of cards, in the future position, we have the Art card. And the Art card is fire. It's Sagittarius. It's a card of transformation. And it is also paired with the Lovers card, ruled by Mercury or the Magus. So we go from this sort of passive, meandering kind of situation, waiting to see what happens, into a time of action and power.